proposed statement over 2 years. And I just want to draw your attention back to page 12, where there are 4 budget principles described. One of which is promoting independence. I'm not querying the budget principles, but I'm just querying where it says illness 3 on the paragraph there. It doesn't give any time scale. It refers to a reduction in the budget of 38%. And what my question is, are you looking at a 38% reduction related to promoting independence over 2 years, or is that an open-ended time scale?
Thanks, if I can just pick up on it, it might be not clear in documentation. That does remain an 18% or 30% reduction. What that pie chart essentially means is out of the total number of budget options, that's how many fit within each one of those themes. So out of the 20 odd million in budget options, 18% of them are promoting independence, for example. So it's not a case of reducing the budget by that much. That's how many budget options fit within each of them.
Yes, it does, and I'm going to ask a question now. But that leads on to a second question, which is, out of this budget option, how much of it do you think will relate to promoting independence?
It's difficult to put an exact on it. This is really about the inner workings of the organisation. So the impact should be felt far less on those individuals to whom we are promoting central knowledge for all. This is not about reducing service delivery to the customer. This is about getting more efficient, effective, smoother operating of the unions, the council, and the organisation as a whole. Will that have an impact? Well, of course we do, because everything we do, I don't have direct impact in terms of on a day-to-day basis with service users or the residents directly. And of course everything I do is fabric. So of course there will be a potential impact. But on a risk managed basis, will this affect promoting independence per se as a council directive? I would say that it's limited, but of course as we go through some of the other options, I think we might see some of the impact. But this particular one would be very limited in terms of promoting independence.
Yeah, just as a question, then I think that is not very well conveyed in this document. I think that's what I think.
Thank you, Chair. It's not a question, it's more of a statement. Becoming increasingly concerned with the Conservative group, and I'm not speaking for the Conservative group, but I do know the Conservative group take these budget options extremely seriously. And that's why we want to listen to what the people will have to say. I'm becoming even more concerned when we listen to Councillor Johnson, when he talks about, are we going to support this or not support that, we have other ideas. Surely we need to listen to what the people will want before we say anything. That's why this group on this side of the table tonight won't be asking any questions on these budget options, because we want to hear what people will say, not what people around this table say.
Thank you, Chair. Just on that one specific point there, one of the benefits I see of asking questions about these options is if residents
No, address it to me, Councillor Patrick, address it to the Chair.
I mean, I'm addressing to the Chair, but it's directly relating to your point, Councillor Baker. The residents that will ask me about these options will want as much detail as I can provide them, and if I can therefore ask questions of the officers that are not going through tonight and have additional information, then I see that as us filling our duties as councillors in a better way. And so, and I do have actually. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I'm happy for Councillor Patrick to adopt whichever approach he wants. That's his individual choice. Because it's my individual choice to approach whatever my own approach is. And my approach is listening to the people who will, Chair. What really matters is what really matters to them, not to us. We clearly know what matters to the Chief Executive of this Council. That's what I'm going to do.
We are in a document, but anyway, there was several questions. It largely follows on the points made by Councillor Johnson about a breakdown. It would be really interesting. I mean, there are some issues, and I suppose we're doing option by option, so I can't go on to the other ones yet. But in terms of the changes to Rural Council, I I'd be interested to know the transformation of Borough Council. What, for example, if we could ever do a breakdown of where those savings would be coming in, and whether there was not a sliding scale per se, but knowing to what extent a reduction here would save us money, as opposed to perhaps we could take that further or lessen that. Is that ever possible to provide that information? Have I made myself clear?
Yeah, I think through the chair, I think at this moment in time, we're not in an absolute position to say that the savings will be taken from this particular part of the organisation. That's the work that's underway now with Ernst & Young working with us, delivering the vision that ensures that it's out for consultation at the moment with yourselves. Where those savings will come from is an estimate that Chris has said, we've based it on a number of staff in terms of yielding those savings, but we believe that by being more efficient, by being more effective, by being in control of Wirral's vision, that we'll have an opportunity to reduce the workforce, reduce the costs associated with running our services. Some of this will be about improved procurement, it'll be about improved commissioning of services, it'll be about improvements in terms of some of the day-to-day interactions that we have and reducing the cost of running the council. So it's not just about people in terms of our staff, it is about improvements like you'll see as a reduction in the cost of running this council.
Thank you, Chairman. Just for clarity, just so that everybody knows what stands. We're happy to question officers who are project proposals. We're happy to dig into them, but only when we know what the people will want us to ask and want us to say on their behalf. As part of this exercise, this is out of consultation. It closes on the 6th of December. We're now on the 6th of November. This is really the point of this exercise. If we're going to listen to the people who will, Chairman, as this council proposes going to, then let's listen to the people who will.
I'm a bit confused because in the earlier statement we moved James. No, what the statement was, no, the members aren't involved. This is an ideal opportunity for the members to feed into the consultation process. No. This is an ideal opportunity for members to feed into the consultation process. Question officers, all the officers are here. If you give me any queries, and it's not going to get the scrutiny, it's going to be across party. I must say, as chairman, I'm disappointed there seems to be party lines starting to emerge in the scrutiny committee.
Chairman, there's no party lines, there's no width on this group. Anyone can say anything they like. But we are keen to listen to the people who will. This committee is not going to get the opportunity to listen to the people who will when the results are in. You're asking us for our ideas and suggestions now, questions now. We stress, we want to listen to the people who will. Even the small percentage that has completed the questionnaires, we want to represent their views truly and honestly. And we don't want to take that by making any suggestions in this committee that our views will be different than theirs. I've said before and say again, I'm concerned about conversations around this table, particularly concerned about Councillor Johnson's what should we support, what should we support, and we have other ideas. Chairman, I've fed into the consultation, I've filled in my questionnaire, and I've fed into the consultation. And if I want to ask obviously any questions about these documents, we've been out for some time now, I can ask those questions at any time. And if I pick the phone up or drop an email, I don't need to sit in the committee here to ask those questions.
Those are your comments, and then moving on now. I'm not going to revisit them.
Thank you, Chair. I noticed that the savings are quite front-loaded. How confident are you of achieving those savings that quickly? Secondly, by virtue of the impact from vision and impact from frontline services as you restructure, if so, how do you consider ways of mitigating this?
Thanks for you, Chair. In terms of the impact on direct service delivery, we hope that's going to be kept to an absolute minimum. This is about the commitment that is contained within this, which is about, as I said, making the council more efficient, not making its services better, not having reduction in the services on this particular block. In terms of when our confidence in achieving this, the reason it's spread over 2 years is to give a run in to the delivery of this. So when we have the remodelling report from Ernst & Young at the end of January, that will then give us the opportunity to begin at an early stage in the new year, work with the decision-making process of accepting some of the recommendations or debating and discussing them, putting them into place. And we anticipate that by October of next year, then we'll start to see the workings coming into fruition. So am I confident we'll have the report by the end of January? Yes, I am. Am I confident then that we can put those actions into place? Yes, I am. Am I confident that we can do those from October? Well, everything that we do will be geared up to achieve that. So from that point of view, I'm going to give you confidence that we can achieve that.
So, Andrew, if you do then, kind of establish that there will be some blocking service during the restructuring, would you look to provide that service on a monthly basis so that it maintains? And if so, is there going to be a process where service users can feedback and say whether or not the service is maintained? Because what I'm concerned about is you'll have service A being disrupted during the restructuring, so service B will come in. Yeah, service B will not have the kind of feedback structure that service A has, so we'll know whether or not it will work.
Yeah, through you, Jay. Certainly, anything that, as soon as the decision is taken to move any of these forward, a full risk assessment will be taken to ensure that we've got appropriate cover for any services that would be impacted by that as a consequence of that.
We've just got 2 more speakers, and then 10 minutes on the next item. I remind members there's a few questions to look into the bus options.
I'll just ask a quick question. First, I'm a bit staggered really, because I'm sure most of us listen to and reflect the views of our constituents all year round and not just once a year during budget consultations. So I find that argument pretty bizarre, actually, and I think there's another agenda going on. However, I think I'm still speaking, actually. I'm still speaking, actually. Still speaking. I don't interrupt you. Thank you. It's just a brief question about trade union representation. Could you tell me how many people, how many full-time officials we have per employees and how that will change given the predicted reduction in trade union reps and reduction in staff? Will it be pro rata?
I can go through the figures I have in front of me. I'm happy to circulate them afterwards. The council, the trade union representatives that are non-teaching representatives represent council-side employees. They also represent employees who are school-based, who are non-teaching staff. So when I give the figures, I give the figures for both members of staff. On the council-side staff, we employ actual trade union members. We employ, sorry, I've lost my place. So total workforce, in total, 8,658 members of staff, excluding teachers. The trade union membership of that group is 4,570, which is a trade union membership of 53%. On our current figures, we have 8 full-time seconded trade union representatives, which is a ratio of 1 trade union representative to 571 staff. The proposal is to move to 4 trade union representatives, which is a ratio of 1 trade union member to 1,143 staff. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. I think every member on this committee wants to listen to and reflect on the opinions of the public that we represent. And I think making the effort to understand what the office tells us in this document in particular is important part of our role as representatives of the residents of the borough.
There's no more questions, I'll move on to the next. Are you going to question first, or?
No, Chairman, I believe I have the right to reply to the council meeting. So, Chairman, I would be elected to by a member of a group who attacks all of us on the right authority. The group is trying to close our language and legislation. I can just group
I like to make the lead to
I will not take any message from the Labour Party in this council.
Could I just say, I think we all, this evening, realise that New York, it's had to view. I moving on.
I'm happy to move on to, you know, we're going to be attacked politically, but you know,
Right, next one is IT. Deborah, anyone else? Step forward. Again, just advice, if you've got any questions or comments to relation to this group. Anyone?
Trying to be as polite as I can be. About 2 years ago, various council committees, including Council Excellence, discussed various principles about mobile phone usage and access. And various policies were put into place, and there were chief officers who were given specific duties about pulling drawings of those, making sure that the phone was in the right hands, the right use, at the right time, and appropriate for the job. And I'm aware that there's been some discussion about this recently, so there's a lot like we should comment on that before. But if staff are being issued with mobile phone usage, then let them know what the specific purposes and who has them, not by individuals, but a general assurance that we've got more hands on it than we've had in recent weeks. And we now know who's got the right and not the right usages of that.
Yeah, through, I mean, not specifically budget option questions, I think, but to respond to the
mobile phone usage is mentioned in the option,
thank you. But to respond appropriately to it, clearly this is something that's been of concern to the Audit Risk Management Committee. There is a report being tabled at the Audit Risk Management Committee on 25th of November. I'll be taking that report myself, which will give, I think, a full review of that is at that point in time. So I don't think it has a particular bearing on this in terms of its option, but I'm more than happy to speak to the ARMC.
Couple of questions. I suppose a lot of savings are through renegotiating contracts. Have we gone out and identified and got quoted principle, or are we making a guesstimate? Would be one question. And the second question is, there's some savings around CCTV, and the committee I sat on yesterday also mentioned savings in CCTV. I want to make sure there's no double counting of savings.
In terms of, we've not fully tested the market as yet. We've looked previously in terms of having a joint tender, and previously the decision has been taken not to go forward in terms of the joint tender. We are due to start looking at the marketplace and going out to tender with effect from early next year. So, but these are based on previous estimates that we've had on the option to do the joint tender. In terms of the double counting in terms of CCTV, previously the joint tender didn't show the cost savings for CCTV in terms of it. Obviously we would be retesting the market because these things change constantly in terms of the cost of such technology, etc. But certainly as an authority, we're very conscious at the moment, particularly in terms of making sure there isn't double counting.
Sorry, just to read it. I mean, this particular option is around the technology, the support for CCTV, etc. So it would be part of the relevant contract that Deborah's referred to. So it's certainly to double counting, because it doesn't make any assumptions about the nature of the CCTV going forward, which I appreciate is an option that's part of last night's discussion.
Sorry, Chair, yeah, we had asked for the option last night was 420,000, which is also
Thank you, Chair. This saving here, is that just what we thought about joint tendering with other councils?
One of the decisions to fully take in that is in terms of shared service. Decisions will be taken as part of the ongoing discussions with them in terms of what we've got to be careful of is the co-termination of any contracts we have in terms and co-termination of any contracts that other authorities may be in conversation currently with Cheshire West, obviously, because there would be a cost of terminating or extending a contract either side So we won't just go blindly into this without taking into account any of the decisions of shared services that we're going to do.
Thank you, Chair. This is really just a general question. Why is this an option anyway? Surely negotiating contracts to have more efficiency and better use of council resources should be happening every year, not just because there's a saving to be required for it to be met. I don't understand why we're asking the public. Why would you want to save money?
Thank you. It's just on broadband. I'd like to know how much we're going to be saving on broadband by allowing those councillors have to take on the council's workload because they're taking the broadband away from us and they have taken it away. I'd like to know what the savings going to be over the next year because it can't be that amount. And how many councillors take this up at the present time?
It's not part of the budget option to reduce any access to per members. So I think in terms of any issues that are still arising as a consequence of the access that we provide for members, is something I think to be outside of this. But we've got that as part of the policy performance committee we did debate last time, the ICT strategy. I think that's where that is really much part of the budget.
I'm not sure if I misunderstood about when I heard that you considered this quite recently in the past, and you'd ascertained that. Sorry, you want to correct me if I'm wrong, it's.
With regard to tenders every year, we need to replace our telecoms contract. And the last time when we considered going out to tender, the decision was taken at that time not to co-terminate and go out in terms of the single provider contract. But the benefits this time are felt that as technology has moved on, there is a benefit this time to the
Is that because you're considering it on a shared service basis?
No, that would be whether or not we would do it just independently, or whether we will also look in terms of the round of the shared service, whether or not there's benefits to do a joint contract with them.
My concern would be if you've had trouble finding a number of people who can provide this joint service, that there won't be sufficient people for sufficient tenders for us to get the best value as the contract.
In terms of the breadth of the service requirement for a single unified contract, there are a limited number of providers. One of the issues that there may be if we were to get quite a different provider to the provider we currently deal with, there would be additional costs in terms of changing significant parts of our infrastructure. So as any part of any tendering exercise that we undertake, we need to look at the whole cost in the round, which we do every time we go out to tender, to make sure that we are achieving the best value for
Lastly, and this is more about the actual presentation on the page. I was at a policy performance committee a few months ago, and they had a sub-heading pack where they get the impact of these budget options. I noticed it's not in this pack, and I just think that would be helpful. So it's got some, that's fair enough, but it has, is it 4 to 5? No, it was small. It was small. But fair enough.
Thank you, Chair. I will show you a roll round again because we have the right look at this. Am I right in thinking, so we've estimated a total of £270,000 saving, and we haven't got, I'm not sure how we're reaching that goal because we haven't got, this Johnson asked, we haven't got a specific contract or deal or offer on the table to accept. What kind of research has been done to determine that? But I'd like to know how we reached £270,000.
further information you want us to submit further information on that detail, on that detail, please?
Email to all.
Yes, sir.
That'd be very kind.
Forgive me, I must be the only person in the room listening to a mobile phone, so I'm looking at a lane on. What I'm trying to understand is what exactly is the infrastructure? In the sense that, you know, old-fashioned phone lines, there's one called optic fibre stuff and so on, they're in the ground belong to some particular body, and we're doing things that 20 years ago we had switchboards with people sitting on them pushing buttons and filling things, and we had about 7 switchboards in the right. We had a long time when we went into 1 or 2 switchboards, and then we went into 1 switchboard, wherever it is in the call centre. So I'm just trying to understand what is this infrastructural thing that we might personally find as a scale.
In terms of the infrastructure, when we talk about our information technology and telecoms contract, it isn't just voicemail, it's all the network that supports all the data around the authority as well. So all the information that goes from computers, etc. So it's covering both voice and data. So that would be the infrastructure.
Okay, Councillor Salter, then
Yeah, so go back to what I was talking about before on it does say telecommunications, and telecommunications to me is broadband. And we have been instructed, we requested to move away from the council paying for it to councillors paying for it. I want to know what the saving will be, straightforward. Is this part of it?